An AI documentary. We stand at the edge of a quiet revolution, not in the streets with banners and shouts, but in the silent hum of servers, the intricate dance of algorithms. A change woven from light and logic. Lines of code that learn, adapt, begin to perform tasks once thought exclusively human. All around us, this transformation is taking shape. In our cities, intelligent systems manage traffic. In our factories, robotic arms assemble with tireless precision. In our offices, software drafts, reports, analyses, data, helps us make sense of overwhelming information. This progress is mesmerizing and unsettling. AI does not arrive with a clamor. It integrates into the fabric of daily life, often unseen, increasingly essential. A soft voice on a phone can book an appointment or answer a query. A small program can scan medical images, spotting anomalies. These are not mere tools. They become partners, assistants, extensions into a digital realm. For generations, the rhythm of society has been set by the rhythm of work. The morning commute, the factory whistle, the closing bell of the stock exchange. These were the drumbeats of our collective existence. Work provided sustenance, yes, but it also provided a framework for our days and our lives. It was a place to belong, a way to contribute, a tangible measure of our worth. A farmer tending his fields, a steel worker forging girders, a clerk filing documents. Each played a part in a complex human ecosystem. The pride felt in a job well done was not merely about personal accomplishment. It was about being a functioning, valuable part of the whole. Now, that familiar landscape is beginning to shift, subtly at first, then with gathering speed. Automation is no longer confined to the assembly line. It has entered the white-collar world, performing tasks that require cognitive effort. Machines can now analyze legal documents, write basic news articles, and even generate creative designs. They do not require sleep, they do not take holidays, and their capacity for processing information is expanding at an exponential rate. This relentless efficiency presents us with a stark reality. Many of the jobs that have supported our economies for decades are vulnerable to change or even obsolescence. The fear that this creates is not an irrational one. It is a legitimate and understandable response to a fundamental disruption of our social contract. We must look at this transformation with clear eyes, acknowledging both the disruption and the opportunity. It is crucial to understand that AI is not a singular entity with a will of its own. It is a collection of tools. Like the steam engine or the printing press before it, it is a technology that can be wielded for different ends. We can choose to deploy it in ways that simply replace human labor to cut costs, leading to widespread displacement and social strain. Or we can choose a more thoughtful path, one where AI serves as a powerful collaborator, augmenting human capabilities and freeing us from the drudgery of repetitive tasks. It is a common misconception to view the future of work as a zero-sum game between humans and machines. History provides a more nuanced perspective. When the mechanized loom was introduced, weavers feared their craft would vanish. While the nature of their work changed dramatically, the textile industry as a whole expanded, creating new roles in machine maintenance, design, logistics. Similarly, the advent of the personal computer did not eliminate office work. It transformed it, giving rise to entire new professions in software development, IT support, digital marketing jobs that would have been unimaginable just a few decades prior. AI is poised to catalyze a similar, albeit more profound, evolution. As AI automates routine, predictable tasks, it will simultaneously create a demand for new human skills and roles. The new jobs of the AI era will be those that require uniquely human attributes, complex problem-solving, critical thinking, creativity, and social and emotional intelligence. We will need AI trainers to teach machine learning systems and correct their biases. We will need empathy coaches to work in healthcare and education, providing the human touch that machines cannot replicate. We will need data storytellers who can translate vast, complex datasets into compelling narratives that inform human decision-making. These are not science fiction fantasies. They are the logical extensions of a world where human and machine intelligence work in partnership. Consider the practical application of this collaborative model. In medicine, a radiologist might use an AI to perform a first-pass analysis of thousands of scans, flagging potential areas of concern with superhuman accuracy. This frees the human expert to focus their attention where it is most needed, on the complex, ambiguous cases, and on communicating diagnoses to patients with compassion and clarity. In architecture, a designer might use a generative AI to produce hundreds of initial floor plans based on a set of constraints. The architect then curates, refines, and imbues these digital sketches with a creative vision and a deep understanding of human experience. Qualities that lie far beyond the reach of an algorithm. This vision of the future requires a fundamental shift in our approach to education and lifelong learning. As we confront the possibility of large-scale job displacement, we must be willing to explore bold and innovative social policies. One of the most widely discussed ideas is that of a universal basic income, or UBI. The concept is straightforward. The government would provide every adult citizen with a regular, unconditional sum of money, sufficient to cover essential living costs such as food, housing, utilities. This payment would be a safety net, a floor beneath which no one could fall, regardless of their employment status. It is not a complete solution to the challenges posed by AI, but it represents a powerful tool for managing the transition and fostering a more resilient and equitable society. The primary argument for UBI is that it provides economic security in an age of uncertainty. With a basic income to rely on, individuals would have the freedom to pursue education, retrain for a new career, start a small business, care for children and elderly relatives. This economic cushion could transform unemployment from a catastrophic event into a period of productive transition. Opponents often raise concerns about the cost and the potential for it to disincentivize work. They ask, if people are given money for doing nothing, will they simply stop contributing to society? These are valid questions that demand serious consideration and empirical evidence. Interestingly, the evidence from numerous small-scale UBI trials conducted around the world suggests these fears may be overstated. Studies from Finland, Canada, Kenya have shown that recipients of a basic income do not, by and large, stop working. In fact, many use the financial stability to find better jobs, improve their health, invest in their children's education. The security provided by a basic income appears to foster entrepreneurship. For so long, the question, "What do you do?" has been a proxy for "Who are you?" Our profession has been our primary identifier, a shorthand for our status, our skills, our place in the social hierarchy. But what if the future requires us to decouple our identity from our job? As AI takes on more of the tasks that have traditionally defined work, we are presented with a unique opportunity and a profound challenge to seek and create meaning in other areas of our lives. This is not to say that work will cease to be important, but it may no longer be the sole or primary source of our purpose. The human drive for purpose is far more ancient and multifaceted than the modern concept of a career. We find meaning in creativity, a piece of music, a garden, a well-crafted piece of furniture. We find meaning in community, family, friends, neighbours, acts of service. We perform for one another. We find meaning in learning. We find meaning in care, nurturing the young, supporting the vulnerable, tending to the world around us. Automation could let these sources of meaning flourish. Imagine more time to volunteer in communities, to create art, to engage in local politics, to spend quality time with loved ones. Not a society of idleness, but one rich in social fabric and personal fulfillment. In our rush to comprehend the capabilities of artificial intelligence, it is easy to lose sight of what it cannot do. A machine can process 1 billion data points in a second, but it cannot feel a single flicker of joy or sorrow. It can recognize patterns with flawless accuracy, but it cannot understand the context that gives those patterns meaning. It can simulate conversation, but it cannot offer genuine empathy. As we design a future where we work alongside these powerful tools, our greatest advantage and our most enduring purpose will lie in cultivating the skills that are uniquely, profoundly human. These are the qualities that no algorithm can replicate. At the top of this list is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, the nurse who holds a patient's hand, the teacher who senses a student's struggle, the leader who can inspire a team by connecting with their hopes and fears. Machines can process patient data, but they cannot provide comfort. They can grade essays, but they cannot mentor a child. As routine tasks become automated, the work of human connection will become more, not less, valuable. Our future prosperity will depend on our ability to care for one another. Another uniquely human domain is that of creativity and critical imagination. An AI can be trained on all the art in human history and generate a technically proficient image or piece of music in that style. The narrative of AI versus humanity is a compelling but ultimately misleading one. It frames our relationship with technology as a conflict, a battle to be won or lost. A more productive approach is to see it as a collaboration, a partnership to be designed. The future is not about machines replacing us. It's about humans and machines working together to achieve things neither could alone. The central task of our generation is to be the architects of this collaboration, to design the systems, interfaces, and ethical frameworks that make this partnership fruitful for all. This design process must begin with a clear-eyed assessment of strengths. Machines excel at speed-scale pattern recognition. Humans excel at creativity, empathy, complex, context-aware judgment. A well-designed system leverages the best of both. Think of a city planner. Using AI to model traffic flow, using AI to model pollution levels, we find ourselves at a crossroads, and the path we take is not predetermined by the technology itself. The code does not dictate our destiny. Artificial intelligence is a mirror, reflecting our own values and priorities back at us. If we prioritize efficiency and profit above all else, we risk building a future that is cold, brittle, deeply unequal. But if we choose to prioritize human dignity, connection, well-being, we can use these same powerful tools to build a future that is more equitable, more creative, more fulfilling than any we have known before. The choice, in the end, is ours. This journey forward calls for a shared commitment. Pause. The future is waiting to be built.